Okay, so in this tutorial, I'm going to talk about how to put the Baha'i writings to music. Now, a little disclaimer, this is a deeply intimate and personalized thing. Anytime you're using sacred writings from any walk of life, any religion, or even poetry or somebody else's lyrics, this is going to be a personal taste and approach. So whatever it is I'm saying here in this video today is merely a suggestion, so take it with a grain of salt. Okay, let's get started.
Nothing in the heavens or in the earth but God suffices. Nothing in the heavens or in the earth but God suffices.
Now I'm going to choose a very short prayer from the Baha'i Writings, which goes like, O God, guide me, protect me, make of me a shining lamp and a brilliant star. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. And the author of that prayer is Abdul-Baha. A lot of things sort of pop up into my mind when I'm looking at the Baha'i writings and trying to put them into an art form. And in this case, my art form is music. One of the first things that sort of pops into my mind is the flow in English. Now, the majority of the Baha'i writings were written in either Farsi or in Arabic. And my limited understanding is that in those languages, it had its own natural flow and cadence. But when you translate something from original language into another language, it can sometimes mess up with that flow. And so I try to be cognizant of the amount of syllables, where the syllable meter or the cadence is in the word, and then how to get that to work. So let's just take a look at it quickly. Before you begin, take a look at the words in the prayer. Is this a prayer for children? Is this a prayer for teaching? Is this a prayer for unity? Is this a prayer for the dead? And then decide from there if you're going to start your song in major or in minor. Because this is a children's prayer written by Abdul-Baha, and because I grew up with this prayer as a child, this sort of has a lullaby tonality to it for me. And so I sort of see it as that approach. And I would write it in a way that's calming, relaxing, and almost like I'm writing for a child to help that child go to sleep. So that would be my approach to the whole thing. So let's take a look at the first two words, O God. So the first question is, do we want to start right on O, or do you want to start on O God? Either situation's fine. Keeping in mind the flow of the whole entire prayer. So I've got my trusty guitar here. Let's take a look. When you have O God, and then you've got a comma, and you have guide me, comma, again, the next two words are just one syllable long. O God, each one syllable. Guide me, also one syllable long, and then a comma. But then you have protect me, which is three syllables, and then you have make of me a shining lamp and a brilliant star. What is that, 12 syllables? Just to finish off the sentence. That's the first sentence. Then the second sentence, thou art the mighty and the powerful. 10 syllables. So the flow isn't exactly symmetrical. It's not like you've got a verse of 7 syllables and then a verse of 7 syllables and a verse of 7 syllables or anything symmetrical like that. What we have is sort of one sentence which has a conjunction of things put together and then another sentence which is 10 syllables long. So how we approach this is completely unique and up to us and how we feel as artists. So this will be unique to you and what your sensibilities are. What I'm going to give you is what I think I might do. I might just hang around C, just kind of pluck some notes. And I kind of, like I said, I might have it a bit slower because I want it to be a lullaby. That's sort of what's popping up for me. I might just add one finger under here to that F, so I've got that nice C sus, 4, and go back to that C. I might do a C sus 2, take off that middle finger. Back to C. Those movements to me feel calming. It feels like, oh yeah, I'm getting ready to go to bed. Oh, God, guide me. That's nice. Let me take a look at that again. Oh, God, guide me. Maybe I'll repeat the same concept, but in the relative minor. The relative minor of C is A minor. So what does that sound like? If I do the exact same phrase again, but in A minor. Oh, God, guide me. That's nice. I like that. So let's take a look at that again. Oh, God, guide me. Repeat. Oh, God, guide me. Okay, I like where this is going because I don't like to cram a lot of words into one section. I like songs to breathe, especially when it comes to the writings. So usually when I'm putting writings to music, I tend to go for the shorter quotes because I can do a lot with a short quote. Whereas I'm usually pretty intimidated about the concept or the idea of putting the Tablet of Ahmad to music or the long healing prayer, for example. So in this little example, I'm just really taking my time. Oh, God, guide me. And what I would avoid is, oh God, guide me, protect me, make of me a shining lamp, the heart, the mighty, and the powerful. That's just too much information in one little space. Oh God, guide me. And then I might go on to the next 3 syllables, which is protect me. That's a little weird. How do we do that? Because I mean, look at the word protect. Anytime we got a word that's got more than one syllable, we have to understand where's the emphasis. So in the word protect, the emphasis is on tect instead of pro. Protect me. Protect me. See what I'm saying? See the difference? But because the song is so slow, it's not terrible that I start on the downbeat with pro. Protect. But then I've only got 3 syllables. Whereas before with oh God guide me, I had 4. So how do I solve this? I could go protect me. That might be a nice solution. Let's start from the beginning and see how that works. Oh God, guide me. Protect me. That was neat. Notice how I added those extra notes to tect. So always be paying attention to where the words are coming in on the downbeat or on the offbeat. If it's a word that has, again, more than one syllable, and you're using a syllable that has an emphasis on down, but you're putting it on the off, it's gonna feel awkward. And the listener is gonna go, oh, there's something off, something weird about that, right? So then we have, make of me a shining lamp and a brilliant star. 12 syllables. And the word brilliant, look at that, brilliant. That's an interesting word because it could be brilliant or brilliant. So you can choose between a 2-syllable word or a 3-syllable word. So it gives you some wiggle room, which is cool. The way I would approach such a long phrase is I could slow it down and just use a portion of it. Make of me a shining lamp and a brilliant star. That's a nice chord to go to. So notice on brilliant I go up, because brilliant is the act of shining brightly. So when the note went up in my voice for brilliant, that kind of helped give it that little elevation that the word needed. So again, maybe I would do, make of me a shining lamp, pause, and a brilliant star. And then we kind of have your first verse. So anytime I'm looking at the writings, I'm kind of on the lookout for a chorus, because I guess I'm a sucker for your typical pop song. And so my chorus would be the Thou art the mighty and the powerful. And I would take it from where we're at now, this sort of subtle, mellow level, and I would just kind of bring it up a notch. So maybe I would try, so Thou art the mighty and the powerful. And for a chorus, I might change those chords around. So remember my video, I had the 4 most popular chords used in music. Let's use those. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. Little harmony there. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. Abdul-Baha. That'd be a good place to put in the author. So right there, that's sort of a tag where I'm going back to the chords of the verse, which is just that C, C sus4, back to C, and that C sus2, and then again with the A minor, sort of repeating the same pattern. And I just find a little space in there to sing Abdul-Baha. Now again, Abdul-Baha is 4 syllables, right? Abdul-Baha. And trying to understand where's the emphasis. So do we sing Abdul-Baha, or do we sing Abdul-Baha, or do we sing Abdul-Baha, or do we sing Abdul-Baha? My instincts tell me to sing on the dul. So when I have a downbeat, I might prepare it going Abdul-Baha, and Baha will be the tail. So if I go back to what I just did, Abdul-Baha, Abdul-Baha. So in this case, I've got 1, 2, 3, Abdul. And Abdul comes on the downbeat of the 4th beat. And then Baha carries on, and then we're back at the 1. So it's like 1, 2, 3, Abdul-Baha, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, Abdul-Baha. So I would probably play it like this. Oh, God, guide me. Repeat. Oh, God, guide me. Again. Oh, God, guide me. Now the next one. Protect me. Make of me a shining lamp. Still figuring this out. And a brilliant star, like that G. Make of me a shining lamp. Rest. And a brilliant star. Now maybe I'd stay here on the G a little bit longer before getting to the chorus. Here we go. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. But maybe it's a lullaby. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. Maybe do it 4 times. Thou art the mighty and the powerful. Back to the chords from the verse. Abdul-Baha. Again. Abdul-Baha. Just slightly different that second time, right? Okay, 3rd time, just like the first. Abdul-Baha. Maybe the 4th like the 2nd time. Abdul-Baha. And you could leave it at that. So that's a general idea of what I would do when I'm approaching writing music using the Baha'i sacred writings. It's not an easy thing, and I find, ironically, that writing in 6/8 is a lot easier than writing in 4/4 like I just did now. If you're not sure what that means, then I can make a 1-minute tutorial explaining time signatures. There's a lot of great Baha'i artists. You can get some ideas for how flow works really well using the Baha'i writings. Check out Elika Manny, check out J.B. Eckel, Casey Porter, all wonderful examples of people using the Baha'i writings and understanding how to get that flow in music and get it to work. So remember, try not to cram everything into one space. Remember the syllable emphasis of each word. And what is it you're trying to emphasize? If you're looking at the writings and it's a writing about the dead, then maybe you might want to choose minor instead of major. So just these little considerations will help guide you when you're composing music using the Baha'i writings. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications. If there's anything you'd like me to make a tutorial about, let me know and I'll get around to it. All right, thanks guys. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Nothing in the heavens